If your YouTube scripts aren't generating sales and leads, then it's likely because they lack persuasion. They don't create that emotional pull that's going to make your audience hungry for your offer. So in this video, I'm going to share 3 simple little tweaks you can make to your script that's instantly going to make them more magnetic. So these are the same tips that I've personally used to help my clients generate over $600,000 on YouTube. And to be honest, it's probably a lot more, and generate thousands of leads consistently for their YouTube channels. So the first step to making your scripts more persuasive is by shifting how you start your video. So I call it belief hacking. And basically in the first 5 to 10 seconds, you want to make sure that you're calling out your ideal prospect, you're making them feel understood, and you're sparking curiosity. This is how you're going to qualify your prospects and get them excited to watch the rest of your video. So there's just one problem. So most business owners aren't copywriters, so they don't actually know how to do this. So they either try and wing it themselves, or they follow frameworks that they don't really understand. So this leads to weak hooks that don't pull in targeted prospects, and it kills the retention of your videos. So if this is you and you know that your hooks could be improved, then here's a simple framework that you can use that I'm actually going to explain how it works and that I learned off a billion-dollar copywriter. So it's going to help you get the attention of your ideal prospects. It's going to spark curiosity, make them want to watch your entire video, and it's going to position you as an expert and authority. So like I said before, I call it the belief hack framework, and basically it works in 3 simple steps. So the first step is you want to highlight the unique problem. Step 2, we're going to introduce the golden bullet solution. And then 3, we're going to demonstrate that your solution actually works. So let's start with the unique problem. So the first step is to pick a specific pain that your ideal prospect is struggling with. And then this becomes the first sentence of your hook. And the reason for this is simple. So in the first 3 seconds, you want your audience thinking, wow, this person just described my situation perfectly. They know exactly what I'm struggling with. So not only will this make sure that you have the right people watching your videos, because obviously if you're calling out a problem that someone doesn't experience, they're probably going to click off. So this way you're going to be attracting the right viewers, but you're also making sure that you're creating relatability, which if you know anything about sales is a really important step. But chances are everyone in your niche is already doing this. So if you want to stand out, if you want to get the attention of your ideal prospects, then you need to take this one step further. So instead of just calling out a unique problem like we did here, you also need to add a unique reason why the problem exists. So let me just read through this example and I'll show you why it's so powerful. So if your Facebook ads used to print money, but now every campaign bleeds cash, it's probably because your ad creatives have gone stale. This is called creative fatigue, and it's killing your ad performance. So these simple 2 little lines do 2 powerful things. So the first one is calls out a real burning problem that this particular audience would be experiencing. If they're trying to run Facebook ads, this is relatable. Next, we're giving them a unique problem that reframes the whole entire problem in a new and unique way that, potentially a lot of people in their niche aren't actually talking about. So within just a few seconds of your video, you've already hooked them because you've shown them that you understand them on a deeper level than most people that are making videos about Facebook ads. So now that you've surfaced the problem in a unique way, your next job is to hint at a solution that feels fresh and exciting. And this is our golden bullet solution. Now you don't want to give everything away. You're just telling them that you have a new, smarter or faster way of fixing this problem. And this is really what's going to spark curiosity and create that magnetic pull that keeps people watching your videos. So for our ecom example, I said something like, so in this video, I'm going to share 5 new creative frameworks that prevent your ads fatiguing, and then will skyrocket your ROAS in 2025. So at this point, they're thinking, okay, what are these frameworks? I want to know what they are. We've called out the main problem they're experiencing. We've proved that, hey, there's a deeper reason or a deeper problem that's causing this problem. Here's a unique solution. Now they're thinking, cool, what are these 5 new creative frameworks? So we've created a curiosity gap, and this is what's going to get them really excited to watch the rest of your video. So you've challenged their belief here. You've proven that, hey, I understand you on a deeper level. You've added the golden bullet solution. You've teased a new framework that's going to solve this problem. So our final step is to prove that this solution actually works. And the reason is because when we promise, hey, this is going to skyrocket your ROAS, that's cool. But when we provide proof, that's what's actually going to hook your audience. So I did this by saying, in fact, one of our clients used just one of these ad frameworks and turned just $98K in ad spend into over $494,000 in sales in just 30 days. So this one line of proof does 3 things. So the first one is it validates your golden bullet solution with real world proof. Next, it teases a big desired result that the audience craves. They want to know how one of these frameworks helped a client go from $98K to $494,000 in sales. They want to know how that actually happened. And then finally, you're making it sound simple by saying, hey, just one of these frameworks and in 30 days. But this is just the simple version of this hook framework. If you want to see me go much deeper, then I recommend watching this video next after you finish this video, and I'll leave a link in the description. So the second step to making your scripts more persuasive is backing up all your claims. So this is what's going to lower your audience's defense and help them start imagining getting results with you. But after working with a ton of creators, this is where I find a lot of them screw up. So you can have the best offer, you can have an amazing script, and you can have the best editor on your team, but if you're not backing up the claims in your script that you're making, you're not going to build trust with your audience, and they're likely not going to convert into sales. Now, this isn't a direct example, but I want to share this story because I think it illustrates exactly why proof is so important. So when I first started copywriting 4 years ago, I used to DM a bunch of people and never get replies, and it's because people used to look at me and go, this guy's got no case studies, he's got no proof, no, why should I listen to him? And they'd just ghost me. But then I landed a 9-figure copywriting client. He was a superstar in the e-com space, and it absolutely skyrocketed my credibility and proof. Then people started to trust me. Instead of having to cold DM people, they actually started coming to me, and it was a big reason why I was able to build my script writing business to $10,000 per month. So proof is the magic ingredient that's going to make you sound credible. It's what's going to make your prospects throw themselves at you, wanting to work with you and buy your products or services. So if you back the big claims in your video with concrete proof, this is what's going to make your videos ooze power and authority, which is exactly what you need to convert viewers into buyers. So then how do you actually do this? Well, it's by using something called proof elements. So these are snippets of proof that will instantly boost your credibility. They're going to make your audience trust you. And the best part is you don't need crazy results or testimonials for them to still work. So there's 5 different types of proof elements. So the first one is case study proof. This is just a quick story of someone that you've helped to back up a claim that you're making. And I'm going to break all these down with examples soon. So next we have client or social proof. So this is things like mentioning big brands that you've worked with or big names that have used the method or the thing that you're sharing in your video, even if you haven't personally worked with them. So I'm going to share an example of a couple of these in a second just so they make more sense. Next, we have personal proof. So these are just your own personal results or transformation. Next, we have data or research proof. So these are things like stats or studies, and these are an incredibly powerful way to make you sound more credible, even if, like I said, you haven't personally gotten the results yourself. And then finally, you have authority proof. So here you can reference well-known experts to borrow their credibility to, again, if you don't have major case studies, if you don't have results that you've produced yourself, this is just a great way to be able to build your authority and still make you sound credible. So when you're making big claims in your script, what you want to do is you want to pick one of these and try and back it up. Now, you don't want to do this for every single claim that you make. Obviously, it's going to kind of sound weird if every single time you're backing it up with a scientific study or a case study, but you want to sprinkle these out throughout your video, and they're really going to help to boost your credibility and authority. So now let's take a look at a few examples so you know exactly what I'm talking about. So this is a case study proof example. So let's say the claim is this framework is going to turn your content into a predictable sales asset that converts views into customers. Now that alone, it's great. You're kind of promising a desired outcome of your audience, which is a really great way to get them excited and you're giving them value, right? But what's going to make it even more powerful is by adding in proof. So you want to say, for example, one of my clients used this exact framework to turn a single YouTube video into $350,000 in new customers all organically. So now we're saying, hey, look, the framework we're about to teach you has been used by someone, you could even say that was in their particular position. That's even more powerful. But yeah, we're just proving, hey, this claim actually works. So like I said, what happens if you don't have any case studies or big results yet? Well, you can use this next version, which is called authority proof. So let's read it out. So the claim is, and this framework is going to help you beat ad fatigue and scale faster without needing bigger budgets or luck. And then the proof element is, I know it works because I actually learned it from a friend who runs a $200 million performance agency that was using it to beat ad fatigue for their top client, HighSmile. So as you can see, you don't need a case study here. You just need a friend that you learnt the framework from who has the credibility. So this is called borrowing credibility. It's one of the most powerful ways to make you sound trusted and be an authority without actually having to get the results yourself. Now, I'm not saying this to kind of trick your audience or a way to lie or anything like that. It's just backing up, hey, this framework has worked for other people and here's proof that it actually works. All right, now let's do one that you've probably seen a bunch of creators do, which is data and research proof. So again, let me read through it. So this ad framework works because it makes your message feel like a personal recommendation. By using customer voices, creators your audience already follows, and concrete proof, your ads will get higher clicks and conversions. Basically, we're just saying, hey, this ad framework is going to get you higher clicks and conversions. And then the proof is, in fact, a recent Nielsen study proved this. It showed that 92% of customers trust recommendations from people they know more than any other form of advertising. So using scientific studies and everything like that is obviously a really amazing way to add credibility and proof to any claims that you're making. So you can instantly feel just how much more powerful this claim becomes when you actually add data to back it up. And a great example of someone who actually has done this this on YouTube and gotten amazing results is Jeff Nippard. So if you don't know who Jeff is, he's basically a fitness influencer, and he became mega viral by literally just making videos and adding cold hard science to every claim he made. So he's become known as the science guy, and it worked like crazy on YouTube. So if you want to become a respected authority in your niche, then start adding as much proof to everything you can in your scripts. This is a really powerful way. This is something I've used a bunch, and it's helped me generate a bunch of leads and sales from my personal channel. And I don't really get that many views, but hopefully people who watch these videos respect what I'm talking about and know that, hey, I've actually used this stuff to produce results for my clients and myself. And I always try and do that in these videos. I try and add proof just so I'm coming off credible. So the third and final step to make your scripts more persuasive and hopefully generate more sales and leads for your channel is super simple, but it's the difference between someone watching your video and clicking off within 20 seconds and going to watch your competitor, or them watching your entire video going, wow, this guy really knows what he's talking about. I'm going to click through his link and buy his offer. And it all comes down to how clearly you write. So if you decide to launch on YouTube, or you're already running a YouTube channel but you struggle to write clearly, then two things are going to happen. Number one, you'll over-explain everything, makes sense in your head but not to your audience. And number two, people are going to get confused and they're going to click away, and your attention and credibility is going to tank. Now, you don't need to become a master writer, but what you do need to master is simplicity. You need to write clearly so that anyone can understand your videos. So this is what's going to keep people watching your video. It's going to make your ideas more valuable because your audience is actually going to understand what you're talking about, and it's going to build more trust and credibility because you sound like you know what you're talking about, which obviously is going to convert into more leads and sales. So luckily, there's two simple tools that you can use that will instantly make your writing 10 times more clear. So the first one is called HemingwayApp.com. This is a really great tool, and basically what it's designed to do is it's going to grade your readability of your script. So for example, this is a script that I actually wrote for this video that you're reading right now or listening to right now. And as you can see, it's got a grade 5 reading score. So that's what you kind of want to aim for. So the reason for this is that most of the world's population only reads at a grade 5 reading level. So if your scripts are, let's say, grade 10, that means that most people aren't going to understand your scripts. There's actually a person that I watch, he talks about history videos, and I'm certain that he writes at like a grade 11 level, and his title and thumbnails always get me to watch, but when I actually watch the video, he's talking at such a high level that it just hurts my brain and I click off. So you don't want that to happen to your video. So you want to aim for grade 5, and Hemingway is a really great app to do this. So as you can see, it gives you a bunch of feedback on where you can improve stuff in your scripts, what doesn't make sense, and how to simplify your writing so that everyone can actually understand your videos. So the next tool is called naturalreaders.com. So this is an AI speech tool that basically reads your script out loud. Now, I haven't seen anyone else talk about this on YouTube or Twitter or anything, but this is a really powerful way to make sure that your scripts make sense, they're engaging, and that they're simple. So all you're doing is, this is my script on this side, so I've copy and pasted it over into Natural Reader, and then all you have to do is hit play, and it's going to read the entire script, and then I just edit as I'm actually listening to the script, because when you're reading, it's not the same as listening to your script back to you, and you can read it out loud, but I find that if you get an AI tool to read it back to you, it's just way more easy to understand. So let's hit play and I'll show you what I mean. So it sounds like a robot, but like I said, this is the free version. But as you can see, it's just going to read through, and I'm literally just editing as it's reading through. I'll just go back and pause it and go, okay, I've got to change this. And it's an amazing tool. So I highly recommend using this tool because it's going to increase the clarity of your script and make sure that everything just flows amazingly. So then finally, the last tip to make sure that your scripts are nice and clear is you want to make sure that you study script structure. So specifically how to structure your body sections so that they're clear, easy to understand, and they flow logically. So without a good structure, your scripts are going to feel dense. They're going to be hard to follow. You're going to lose your viewers' attention and ultimately kill conversions. Now, I'm not going to go too deep into how to actually structure body sections in this video. It's also in my full tutorial on how to write a script that actually generates sales and leads, which is that video that I explained earlier. So if you want to go ahead and learn more about how to structure your body sections, then I recommend watching that video next, which again is linked in the description. But if you're a business owner and you're sitting there watching this video right now and you're thinking, man, I don't have the time to learn all this stuff, I don't have the energy, then I totally get it. YouTube can be a massive headache where you've already got a team to manage and you're trying to build your company, which is exactly why I created my YouTube YouTube agency. So we work with 7-figure founders that either have launched on YouTube or want to learn how to scale on YouTube using our proven YouTube sales system. So we handle absolutely everything. So we'll come up with your video idea, we'll come up with the title, thumbnail, and the SEO. We'll script the video, we'll edit the video, and we'll even publish the video on your channel. So all you need to do is show up for 1 hour a week on camera, and we'll handle the rest and build you a automated YouTube sales machine. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested, I'll leave a link in the description where you can learn more and book your free channel audit. Otherwise, I hope you got value from this video, and if you did, I'd appreciate a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.